Hey guys, welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles! Resolve. In the last episode... the last episode was the very first one where I complained a little bit because I thought that the consistency of the logic was not on point, as... although you couldn't actually claim that Ace Attorney is always very logical, but I think that the things that we were supposed to present and how we were supposed to examine them and stuff, it was a little bit of a mess if you ask me, but it's okay. We still got through. We proved that Mr. Shamspeare is kind of a fraud. And now we're here and we are supposed to answer Van Ziek's. We are supposed to point out which of these questions is the one that is not fully answered yet. And I have to say, I'm a little bit flustered because this seems reasonable. Was someone else responsible? That is actually that which we want to establish during this trial. Was there another visitor? Would also be something that we want to establish. Or was the poison in the tea? That is also something that we want to establish. So I don't really know what to answer here, to be honest. But I think that we need to go with evidence. And we can't really... Wait a second, was someone else responsible? This is way too vague. I'm tending towards these two questions here. And if we have a look at the court record, the only way we could actually establish that there is another visitor, there was another visitor, would be with this. And I don't see any clue here whatsoever that could lead us towards there being another visitor. And this could be a clue towards the teacup of Mr. Shamspeare being poisoned and that of Mr. Natsume not being poisoned. So that is why I actually have no clue which one to choose. I'm guessing here. This is all guesswork. But we still have 3 lives, so if I guess wrong, that's still okay. But I'm actually going to go with was the poison in the tea. Let's do that. We've all been led to believe that the strychnine poison that afflicted Mr. Shamspeare was in the tea brought to him by Mr. Natsume. But that's conjecture at best.
Objection!
The victim has testified that nothing else passed his lips that night. There is no other possibility. And since there was no trace of the tea left at the scene, it couldn't be tested for traces of the poison.
Objection!
As I said, the situation has changed. Because in fact, some of Mr. Natsume's tea was left at the scene. And a particular piece of evidence proves it.
Objection!
A ludicrous claim. Scotland Yard detective investigated the scene exhaustively. What evidence are you suggesting they missed?
The defense has made a bold claim indeed. Very well, counsel. Present your proof. What evidence from the scene of the crime can tell us about the nature of the defendant's tea? Well... that's a hard one because there was no tea left in this, right? It's not the envelope. It's not the street map. Is it just a pair of teacups? Let's examine these again. So there's no trace of tea here. I'm just gonna go with the teacups, I think, because there is this rim. Yeah, let's just do that. What exactly is this piece of evidence supposed to reveal about Mr. Natsume's tea, counsel? Well, I suspect it may possibly be related to the tea in some small way if we dig deep enough.
Then you will be digging for a very long time indeed, my learned friend.
Oh,
Even at the bottom of the deepest chasm, you will find no sense in that absurd assertion.
oh, okay, that was wrong. Oh, sometimes I wish I could disappear down a deep declared chasm to escape this deep sarcasm.
Then I advise you to think more deeply before you answer again this time. What evidence from the scene of the crime can tell us about the nature of the defendant's teeth?
Wait a second. Wait a second. Oh, look at this bar of soap. There's a circular depression on the side about 2 centimeters across, or 3/4 of an inch. Oh, do you think? We did find the soap at the scene, didn't we? Yes, there were 2 bars on that little ledge just outside the window, so we took this one. But I'm sure that when we first found it, there was some sort of reddish medallion in the middle there. I remember it clear. So that could be tea. Yes, but there's no sign of it now. Where could it have gone? So if it's red, that could be tea, right? So there was no tea found. I really don't have a clue, guys. I'm going with the soap. Let's see.
Good gracious! The soap again?
Oh, apparently that's correct.
The same bar the victim used to fashion his coins of ice?
Yes, that's right, my lord. It's just come back to me. Something about when we first found this bar of soap at the scene yesterday. It's more bars of soap. Soap? What are bars of soap doing lined up on a ledge outside the window? I'm quite certain that when we originally stumbled upon the bars of soap, there was actually a frozen coin in each bar.
So you discovered the gas thief's coin factory. Fascinating.
In a way, yes, but there's more. The coins we found in the soap at the time weren't normal ice.
There was something strange about them, you mean?
Exactly, something very obviously strange. They were red.
The ice was red? No, you mean?
That's right, it's obvious to me. The fake coins in the soap were made from frozen tea. What? I would remind the court of a statement made by Mr. Natsume early in this trial.
That evening, yes, I did take some freshly brewed tea with me when I visited Mr. Shakespeare's room as a gift. The public water pump outside always freezes at night, so I bought bottled water especially to make it.
And this is the result! No, I never will touch tea again! Never!
Ah yes, I believe there had been a snowfall that day. It was particularly cold. Sadly, on such occasions, the poorly constructed water mains in the east end are prone to freezing.
So on the night in question, Mr. Shakespeare, having no running water to use, was forced to use the tea brought by Mr. Natsume in order to make his fake coins.
My word!
There were 2 bars of soap on the window ledge when the judicial assistant and I investigated the scene. That's right, and we only borrowed one of them. Which means that even as we speak, some of the defendant's tea is still present at the scene of the crime. Frozen salt in a bar of soap. I saw at Mr. Shakespeare's window.
Extraordinary!
Earlier today, Inspector Gregson informed the court that if even 1 drop of the tea remained, Scotland Yard would be able to analyze it for poison. As such, we are now in position to prove or disprove what has until now been mere conjecture. By finding out for sure whether or not Mr. Natsume's tea actually contains strychnine at all.
Oh, you smug Nipponese!
My lord, we cannot do the defendant the injustice of passing judgment now. The police should be dispatched to recover the remaining bar of soap from the scene at once. And the defense requests a thorough analysis of the frozen tea embedded in it, to determine whether or not it contains any poison.
Bailiff! Bailiff! Instruct the police to attend the scene at once! Yes, my lord, understood! It would seem we have no choice but to suspend these proceedings for the time being. I trust you have no objection, Lord von Zieks.
None, my lord.
Scotland Yard will recover the tea from the scene and carry out the requisite tests immediately. The trial will resume at the same hour tomorrow. The prosecution and defense may conduct further investigations as appropriate in the interim. Yes, my lord.
Well, we managed to scrape through there somehow.
Thank you, counsels. Court is adjourned until tomorrow.
Ooh, okay, so this is a very short episode. It's just about 10 minutes. But I think that it wouldn't make sense to mulch up investigation and trial, so I think we're gonna call it quits here, guys. I'm really sorry that it came to this, but it would end up like this. But I promise that this episode is going to be uploaded right after the one that I'm going to upload before, so you won't miss out anything, I promise. So that's it for this episode of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles Resolve. If you want to see how the investigation is going to unfold tomorrow, you'll have to tune in next time. See you then.